Before December 16, 2019, I felt so alive, much in love with so many dreams. I was superwoman. And suddenly I developed laryngitis. They found water in my lungs and they said, you need to go to the emergency room. And I went into the hospital. I was admitted. They did some tests and he said, you need to have open heart surgery. And I said, no, not this little body. And so I decided to leave the hospital on my own. I went home. I still couldn't breathe. I needed to change hospitals and physicians. And that's how I came across this amazing group of people. And I was so impressed because they did everything that I should have done at the beginning of the year. So their compassion, their knowledge, their dedication, I recommend that procedure for anyone if they qualify.
MitraClip is designed for patients who have a condition with their mitral valve, specifically a leaky mitral valve or a regurgitant mitral valve, who are having worsening symptoms. We've had a lot of patients come to us very short of breath and feeling very unwell because of their mitral valve regurgitation. And we've seen that the vast majority of these patients feel much better after the procedure.
These patients come to us and they are literally on their last leg. They have no hope. They've been turned down for open heart surgery. They've exhausted all other medical therapies. They've maximized the doses of medications that they can take.
Sylvia in particular was very short of breath. She was having trouble sleeping at night because she had so much issues with fluid retention in her lungs because of this mitral valve issue. Even the first day after the procedure was done, I remember her telling me that she could finally sleep flat at night when she hadn't been able to do that for months. And so not all patients have such a dramatic response, but she did very well and she was able to experience a significant improvement in her quality of life very quickly.
And that is where I think this whole job becomes so meaningful, and to be on this team is just so rewarding because seeing the before and the after for these folks who, when we first meet them, can't even do any of the things that they like. Their hobbies, they can't play with their grandkids, they really can't even do the simple things, everyday life.
After a MitraClip procedure, patients typically stay in the hospital for one day and are discharged the next day. We will usually ask that patients take it easy for about 1 week after the procedure, which means no heavy lifting and nothing too strenuous. And after the week, after following up with a cardiologist, typically patients can return to their normal activities. Our hope is that patients feel even better than prior to the procedure, and one way to get patients there is a program called cardiac rehab that we have here in the hospital that can help patients to get stronger faster.
You know, since then, my whole life changed. Everything changed. Now I can breathe. Now I can read. I can do things. I can eat. And the only problem I had was walking. It took a little while to get rid of that. But because I had the rehab, that helped me with the walking. And that helped me also put back into the road that I'm in today.
We're very proud of our MitraClip program here at Emanate Health. We're very happy to be able to provide leading-edge cardiac care to our patients and to be able to allow them to feel better with new procedures that are not available at many hospitals. Our MitraClip program here is the only program between Pasadena and San Bernardino, and we're able to provide this MitraClip therapy and this new technology to all of the San Gabriel Valley, where there was no ability to do so before.
I mean, live your life, learn something new. I want to go back dancing. I want to learn how to play the guitar. You start discovering that maybe that was a second chance. Take advantage of it. You're not ready to die, but I recommend that anybody do the same.